welcome to Mr. Otter Studio. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, but really fun. We are going to be coloring with dandelions. We have an abundance of dandelions in the field next to my house, and I've been trying to decide what I could do with them. They're so beautiful and bright. They are considered weeds where I live, but I've heard you can make cookies and salads and syrups with them. I decided I wanted to try coloring with them. And there's a few things I've learned as I've been doing this. I've done a few tests already. If you're going to be using marker underneath, you need to be using a Sharpie. I tried using my favorite micron pen and it did not work. So make sure you're using a Sharpie underneath the dandelions if you don't want it to smear. If you want it to smear a little bit, then you can use a micron pen or another waterproof permanent fine tip marker. But I found the Sharpie is the only one that's not smudging with the dandelions. So even though micron pens are waterproof, they are not dandelion proof. All right, you need to start out with your drawing. Make sure you've drawn it again with a Sharpie or some kind of permanent marker that's not going to spread. If you have any shadows, I would try to use your pen. You can use hatching, like these lines I have in the nose or in the eyes to create more of a shadow. Go outside, gather some dandelions. What you want to do is figure out if there's lighter parts, you might just want to leave those till the very end. Darker parts, I would probably start with. And you're just going to press your dandelion onto your paper. This is going to be kind of a quick tutorial, but it's an awesome technique and it's so cool because if you're like me, these are free and they're everywhere outside right now. And so I'm going to start with the mane. Fill in whatever you decided to draw. Take those dandelions and press them onto your paper. It is a little bit hard to get in like some of the detailed areas with it. I tried to make the mane look like dandelions. And if you have lighter areas, you can just lightly go over them. Don't press it in so hard, like on the nose, right at the bottom. I do want the middle part of the nose to be kind of dark. And then just add it wherever you think it needs to be. So I want to keep a little bit of white around these eyes. So if you're doing the lion, I just am being careful around the eyes and around this part of the mouth. I want to leave a little bit of white in those areas. And again, anywhere it's darker, just grab your dandelions and you can just add those shadows in with more layers. When you're coloring with dandelions, it's a little bit harder to get some of these fine details in, but you can just pull off some petals and carefully just rub it in those areas. I want it inside of the eye, but I don't really want it around the eye. So I'm just taking the tops of the petals and just kind of rubbing them. So you just take some petals and rub them into those areas that you want to be a little bit darker. Maybe like on the nose. And there you have it, our dandelion lion. Color with the dandelions by just rubbing them onto your paper, and if you have smaller areas you want to get darker, just use some of the petals and rub it with your fingertips. And that's it. Wipe off the extra petals that are on your paper and you're finished. So you can use these to color in anything, really. I just wanted to do a dandelion lion because it just made sense, and I feel like the mane kind of looks like these dandelion petals. Also, I think in Alice in Wonderland, one of the dandelions is actually a little lion. So that kind of was an inspiration. I would love to see what you're creating with dandelions. Have fun with this project. You don't have to use the traditional things to draw or paint with. Go outside and find different things. Maybe you could find some purple flowers and see what effect they have. Dandelions though are so bright that they're really, really fun to color things in with. If you want to learn how to draw this lion, I will be posting that tutorial next week, and I'll try to later on put a link to it in this video. Thank you so much for drawing with me on Mr. Otter Studio. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, one man's weeds can be another man's crayon.